I'm so excited to share with you guys today some of my favorites. These are all kind of things that I am loving specifically in the summertime. So this is very summer coded. Some of the stuff you've never heard me talk about, so I'm really excited. It's a mix. We've got beauty stuff, we've got fashion stuff, and everything in between. Let's dive in. Let's do beauty first, and then we'll dive into the fashion-y things. Let's start with one of the things I feel like has made such a difference in the wear time of my makeup, specifically in the summer months when it's hot, it might be humid where you live, and that is the L'Oreal Infallible 3-Second Mist. I'm realizing my nails like almost perfectly match this. I actually haven't put it on yet today, so I figured I'd show you, but it's got a really fine mist. As I always say, when you are first spraying it, this feels very akin to hairspray. It smells like hairspray, it feels like hairspray, but I feel like it makes such a difference in the wear time. So I'm not necessarily using this every single day, but those days where I want my makeup to last longer, maybe I'm gonna be out in the heat for a while, I am loving this. I feel like I'm already like halfway through it. Now it says it's like 36-hour defy transfer. I don't know about all that, but anyway, so good. My favorite SPF for the face, I am withholding for a reason. I'm gonna share that in my ranking face SPFs video. It's either already out when you're seeing this or it's coming up next. It's literally the next video I'm filming this week. So I'm talking through everything I've tried the past few years, face SPF wise, and ranking them. So stay tuned for that. I didn't want to delve into that here since I'm deep diving on it there. But one thing I did want to bring up is an SPF powder. So this happens to be one from Supergoop. I will link a less expensive one. I don't think, like if I probably wouldn't repurchase this one. I think it's good, but I don't think I have to spend the money on it. This is something that will eventually expire. And so actually I should check the date. Yeah, I'm good. But you can use this to kind of reapply a little bit extra sun protection on your face, which I just think is cool. But I also use it a lot in my part. I'll use it on my kids in their part as well. I try to put hats on all of us when I can, but you know, there are just those times. So I love having this as an option. I feel like it's one of those things I had never thought about, but if you've ever been burned on your scalp, you know. And so to be able to prevent it without having to put like straight up sunscreen grease in there is nice. But again, hats are key. Okay, shaving oil. Summer for me, I tend to wear shorts or squirts, and we're gonna talk about some of my favorites in a minute. I feel like you shave maybe more in the summer. I know I do. And so I have loved the Tree Hut shave oil for a while. Okay. But a new one that I just wanted to mention, I've only used a couple times, but I'm already liking it. And so I feel like this is one of those products you either like or you don't. It doesn't take me months of using this to know whether I like it, is the Athena Club shave oil. This is the super pink scent. You guys, it smells so good. It smells like something from Victoria's Secret back in the day, and you know what I mean. It smells so good, but it does a great job. It is very similar to the Tree Hut. Jury's out on if I like one better than the other, just like if you can find this and you want to try something new. But I am definitely partial to a shaving oil. I find that it doesn't gunk up my razor. It makes for a really smooth, close shave. I'm not getting razor burn or anything like that. So I love shave oils, and this one is new to me and I really like it so much. And it smells so good. It smells so summery. What is all over me? Ooh, ooh. I hate getting like a fur or a hair stuck on your lips. Ugh, grosses me out. Let's talk fragrance quickly. So my go-to fragrance this summer has been the Sol de Janeiro 68. It just smells like summer to me. I wore it in the spring a lot as well, but this is definitely not something I'm necessarily grabbing for in the fall and winter. It's just like, I'm not craving this kind of smell, but I really, really like this scent in particular. I've smelled all of their different ones, but this is definitely my favorite. And I like the body spray. It's just lighter. Sometimes a very heavy perfume in the summer when you're already in the heat, it just feels a little like, I don't know, heavy. And so something like this is great. It's not gonna last me, you know, an 8-hour day or something, but I'll spray it in the morning, spray it in the evening, spray it at supper time. Finish that song. But another one you guys know I've loved for a while now is the Gucci Flora Gorgeous Gardenia. I just love this. It's definitely a spring summer scent to me. So I want to bring it up if you do want a perfume. I love the way this one smells. And this is one I get a lot of compliments on when I'm wearing it. Okay, let's talk like self-tanner. So I have been very loyal to this self-tanner for years now. I'm not wearing any self-tanner right now, obviously, but it's the Saint Tropez Express one. It's funny, I don't even know that I've I mean, it's been a long time if I have tried the regular Saint Tropez. I've just always gotten the Express. It's just one of those things. But here's the thing. It says Express, like, oh, it says 1 hour light, 2 hours medium, 3 hours dark. No. I'm telling you, if you shower this off after a few hours, you will have no self-tan. I think it's almost silly to call this Express because I don't feel like it works that way. You might be like have a little bit of color, but I always leave this on overnight. Put a beach towel down on your sheets, okay, you know, and then shower it off in the morning, and it leaves the most gorgeous tan. If you put a second layer on, like when you're applying it, I'll let it dry, and if I really want even more tan, I'll do a second layer. This never looks like orangey. It doesn't look streaky. Like, it's just beautiful. And as long as you have a fresh bottle, it doesn't look like it wears off well. I have realized, however, I had a bottle I was finishing up that was like, I don't know, maybe 2.5 years old. And I noticed that it just wasn't looking right. And I really do think that having it only like max a year and a half old is the key. I don't think this, I mean, it says from 12 months. So just something I did notice with this. It's probably true for a lot of self-tanners, but nonetheless, they have a smaller one. And oftentimes I will just refill that one with this and travel with it. So if you're on a longer trip and you're like, I want to self-tan like halfway through to kind of keep up the glow, I don't know. Anyway, I am such a fan. The mitt that comes with this that you can also buy, it's like $6 or $7. I also recommend, that's the one I tend to repurchase. And I discovered a back applicator that I love. I don't have it with me, but I'll pop it on the screen. It's dirty anyway. I've been using the same one for a long time, which is really gross. I know. So I finally bought a new one, and now I know I've got to replace that way more often. But this one is amazing because it has 2 different sides. You can put the self-tanner on the actual thing and then apply it that way to your back. I'll go from above, I'll go from below. You can kind of get the sides there. It's flawless, you guys. I never have any issues, and I absolutely love it. And this one is much nicer. I had a similar one from a random brand previously. So highly recommend this one. I'm loving it. I'm not going into like full-blown makeup and stuff like that, but some of my favorite base products in the summer, you guys will not be surprised to hear me talk about the Herborian BB cream. This stuff is so good. I have like a self-tanner shade in it, and then sometimes I'll mix them as it's wearing off, you know, that kind of thing. But it just looks so skin-like. And I know the hardest thing is to see if they have a shade match because their shade range is abysmal. I love the way this looks on the skin. I feel like it looks like skin, but perfected. It still has like medium coverage. It's just so pretty. So there's a reason I repurchased that. But another recommendation is the Misha BB cream. It's like $10-ish on Amazon. Again, we're talking about like K-beauty brands. So the shade range is just very different. This, I have a number 23 that generally works pretty well for me. It's definitely very kind of gray neutral, but it blends onto the skin so pretty. So I've loved this for years. I've gone through countless bottles of this. But I feel like BB creams like that still have like medium coverage, I think I love it in the summer. So I use it in the winter too, but I love it so much in the summer because it just feels easy breezy, but I still feel like I'm wearing some good makeup. When the sun is shining on you, I feel like oftentimes I would rather have something that looks more like skin on my face. Another thing I want to remind you guys of, if you have forgotten about, is gradual self-tanners. And this is only for you if you're wanting that, right? But this is just one that I currently have from Tan Luxe. It's their body butter, or the butter. It's their gradual tanning lotion. I really, really like this. This stuff really adds a tan after one application. I mean, not nearly as much as you would get from this, but like it's noticeable more so than other ones I've tried. But even just Jergens Natural Glow or whatever, I have to say, and maybe this is just me and y'all are like, Jessica, you're crazy. Because like once I started doing self-tanner when I would want a little glow in the summer, I just completely forgot about gradual tanners and that they even existed. Like I genuinely. And so being kind of reintroduced to that recently in the past year, I'm like, oh yeah, this is so simple, so easy. The one thing I will say about this is it definitely still has, and I think all of them do, that slight like self-tanner smell. I don't think it's as obvious as when you're like freshly applying this, but it's definitely there, you know. But even if just like for your legs, if you're just wanting a little, you know, just describing what I want, I guess. Another thing I love is a body scrub in the summer. I feel like I tend to use those more often in the shower in the summer than I am in the winter time. I love the AHA scrub from Tree Hut. I feel like it helps, especially if you have like the red bumps on your arms from like keratosis pilaris. The AHA scrub can be great for that. I don't think that alone is gonna solve the problem, but it definitely can help. And I just really like it. I like the way the scrub feels. Of course, Tree Hut makes a million scents, but this one specifically has AHA, and I think it smells really fresh and summery too. So that one I highly recommend, and especially like doing that pre self-tanning to get off any rough spots. Perfect. So one more thing I wanted to add here, I feel like body SPF is so personal. Like some people want like a chemical one, some people want a physical sunscreen, some people are looking for certain ingredients and not. So my recommendation is find one that works for you and just stick with it, because I like to try different body sunscreens, but I have had reactions to certain ones that have created like bumps all over my skin, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm kind of the mindset of like, find the one that works and stick with that. I can link a couple of my faves that work for us down below. Blue Lizard is generally what I've been getting lately for the kids, and they seem to be good with that too. But just a little added summer glow SPF, Kapari makes this body glow sunscreen. I'll pop it on the screen. I love that. I am out of it. And it's sitting in my, I think, Ulta or Sephora, whatever, cart. I'm really missing it. So it's a sunscreen, but it's super glowy, almost like a little bit of glittery, but it looks so pretty. Like it doesn't look weird and like crazy. It looks really, really pretty. And then it's also sunscreen. So if I'm being honest, there's a part of me that doesn't trust it as my actual sunscreen. And I feel like it probably is fine, but I end up putting on a lotion sunscreen and putting that on top. Unless, I mean, it just depends on the thing, but that's just me. But I have very fair skin. I burn very, very easily. Like I just can't mess around with the sun. I just can't. But I love that stuff. Like adding a little glow to your legs. I'm telling you, it is amazing. I wish it's a pretty big thing. I wish they sold like a smaller one just to like get me through the summer. You know what I mean? Because I feel like it always expires by like the next summer and then but it probably lasts about 2 years. I should check, but love that stuff. Okay. Let's talk fashion, because I have quite a few. Okay, let me just start by saying, and I don't think I'm alone, I hate summer fashion. Because, you know, if you feel any sort of self-conscious about a certain part of your body, the summertime is the time that you're perhaps wearing, you know, maybe you're going sleeveless or showing some of your arms or showing more of your legs or whatever, because you're hot and you want to be comfortable. And I say more power to you. Wear what you want to wear. Be comfortable in the summer. Like, no one's looking at you anyway. That's always my motto in my head. No one's looking at you anyway, honey bun. But we're all human, you know, and I feel like a lot of the things I've found have made me feel really good. And I think finding those things can be really empowering in the summer when you need an empowering moment, okay? So I know I'm being dramatic, but let's start with swimsuits, okay? And then I've got some jean shorts, some skirts. I've got all kinds of stuff to talk about. I have 3 swimsuit recommendations. All of them are inexpensive on Amazon that I feel so good in. Most of these I've purchased another one of them because I liked it so much. And I just feel cute. I feel cute and I feel comfortable in a swimsuit. And, you know, so one of them is this one. This is, and I'll pop a picture of it actually on Amazon because I feel like it's easier to see that way. But this is a one piece, but it's got a little bit of an opening there in the center. And they had, of course, you know, a million colorways. This one's black with a leopard. I have another one that's like bright pink and then light pink. That one's really cute. Although that one I've had for like 4 or 5 years now. It's looking a little sad. I love these because the stomach area is very forgiving. It's got a little bit more coverage on the back end and I like on the booty part. I love it. I feel put together. I'm comfortable wearing it, chasing my kids around the beach or the pool and, you know, but I still feel cute in it. So really recommend that one. I also recommend, I don't have it with me, but I'll pop it on screen. This one that's kind of like got a little fluttery shoulder. It's a one piece as well. It's got a little bit of a cutout on the stomach, you can see. This is another one that I feel cute in, but I feel comfortable chasing the kids around, you know, doing all that kind of stuff too. And I got this floral print one, but again, they have tons of different ones. I think they've got plain color, mixed color, you know, patterns, whatever. I think this might be the only 2-piece I felt comfortable in ever since having kids. So that tells you something. This one, this is the bottom. It's got like, again, a little bit of like tummy coverage. But then the top, I'll pop the picture on the screen too, again, has that like fluttery sleeve that I feel like is so cute. And then it's got a little bit under the bust. I've realized that like that under the bust area, I want covered just a bit, and this has that, which is rare to find. So love this. Even if you're like, I've never thought I'd wear a two-piece, you might be surprised. You might feel cute in this. So a cover up I recommend, I do have with me, is this one. I've had this one for a couple years now. They have black, they have white or like cream. They've got a couple other colors. I've just got this like teal color. It's obviously got like the crochet kind of holes, you know what I mean? So you can see through it. But it still feels like coverage enough. Like I've used this on a cruise ship and we're like walking through the like, it sounds gross. If you've been on a cruise though, you know, you're walking through like the buffet area to get to the pool area or whatever. And I feel comfortable and covered up in this, but again, still cute. And the fact that it comes in at the waist there, I feel like is so flattering on a lot of body types. So really, really love this. I was considering getting it in black as well, but I feel I just don't really need another swimsuit cover up. But yeah, highly recommend that one, and that has withstood a lot of washes. Jean shorts can be incredibly uncomfortable, and I found these ones at Old Navy recently, and I sized up just to be comfy, and these are so great. These look a lot like the Levi 501s, which I own a few pairs of those, but these are much cheaper. You guys, these look so much like them. Like to the point where when I'm grabbing them out of my drawer, I'm like, wait, and I have to look, I'm like, oh no, these aren't the Levi, these are the Old Navy ones. And I'm always wanting the Old Navy ones. So very inexpensive. I'm loving these. So these specifically are called their High Rise OG Straight Secret Smooth Pockets. I wonder if they're like the pockets are smoothing or something. I don't know. But like I said, I sized up. I'm realizing anymore, especially with shorts, sizing up, and jean shorts that is, to be comfortable so then when you're sitting, you don't feel like it's cutting off your shirt. You know what I mean? So love these. I feel like they are flattering. This inseam I think was like 2 or 3 inch. And I'll have all this information below. And if you're curious my actual size and all that, like maybe you feel like you can gauge it off of that. But they also had 5-inch inseam, if I'm remembering right. So if you wanted a little more coverage. But yeah, cute, definitely an alternative for Levi's, and inexpensive. Love them. I have 2 athletic dress recommendations. So if you are watching this and you've never tried an athletic dress and you're like, okay, I'm tired of seeing everyone in it, you should try one. You might be surprised. I have to say, I feel like I dragged my feet for a while because I was like, that's not gonna look good. Like, why is everyone, it can't be that comfy. It is that comfy, and you might look cuter than you think in it. But I have this one from Amazon I love, and it's this kind of Cinderella blue color. It's got like the built-in bra if you want to use it for that. And then it's just comfy. I always say the first athletic dresses I ever tried on were really tight in the midsection. And I remember being like, no, not for me. But then I found ones that aren't, where they kind of flare out under the bust, and it's so comfy, breezy. But my biggest complaint was that to go to the bathroom, you had to take the whole darn thing off, you guys. So I found this one on Nordstrom Rack, and it's very inexpensive. It's like Amazon type prices. And I got it in black, and I think it's like Zella, which is a Nordstrom brand. It has the separate, like the shorts are connected in the front, but they're separated in the back so you can pull them down to go to the bathroom. Game changer. I love that one too. So if you want both, I think Amazon sells an athletic dress that just has the shorts separate completely. And that's on my docket. I want like a purple one. So it's on my docket to find a purple one that's like completely separate, and then I will have tried them all. I can report back. If you have a recommendation, let me know. But the skort trend, I have loved skirts for a long time. That was what I was wearing back in, I was still wearing it in Disney. When we would go to Disney, even pre-kids, maybe right around I'm trying to think. I would wear skirts because they had athletic skirts, they were flowy, they were breezy, but you were still kind of covered if a wind came by. I love a skirt. So the fact that you can find them everywhere now is so freaking exciting to me. Again, if you've never tried an athletic skirt, you might be surprised. And listen, if I'm choosing on a summer day, I'm looking at my jean shorts and I'm looking at my like comfortable skirts, I'm choosing a skirt every day. And I'm usually only grabbing for jean shorts when it just feels like the right vibe or all my skirts are dirty. So I do have a couple of favorites, and I do think that not all skirts are made evenly or are created equally. That's the right. So My new obsession is this skirt here. I'll pop it up. I have it in this like light kind of greenish, olive green color. It's by Crazy Yoga, however you say it, on Amazon. Sometimes that like, do you call that like smocked or like the ribbed detailing around the waist? Sometimes that doesn't, I feel like it doesn't look good on me. Sometimes it can be a little too tight. No, these are a dream. These are an absolute dream. I ended up wearing these. Tyler and I were recently on a little 10-year anniversary trip, and we went to the Grand Canyon. And I say little, it was a very exciting trip, but we didn't vlog it. I know people are gonna ask. This was just for us, a little 10-year anniversary trip. Anyway, we went to the Grand Canyon one of the days, and this is what I wore because it was so comfortable. It was breezy. It was literally 110 degrees. I wore it with just like a white tee. It was so comfy. I love this skirt, and it's different than some of the other ones. So I wanted to bring this one up first because I'm already eyeing other colors. I'm like, this one is so great. And it feels very, very well made. So another one I have is again from Nordstrom Rack. It's by Zella. This one has a little bit more pleating to it, and I think it's still available online. I can link it if it is. I really, really like that one. I feel like it looks sporty, but still cute. And again, it matches a lot being black. You can find skirts everywhere. I mean, you know, but those are two that I've recently been wearing and really, really liking. Have I got a HOKA dupe for you? I didn't realize how many like alternatives would be in this video, but here we are. Okay, I love my HOKAs. Quick little story time. I had an issue. I've been getting them for as my running shoes for years. And I had recently, Tyler, my husband, got me a pair for Christmas or my birthday. They're like in the same month, so I never remember which, but anyway. And by same month, I mean, mine's January, but anyway. My point is, they started basically just falling apart. And so I contacted the company. They were like, send them back. They sent me a gift card for that full amount so I can buy new ones. Of course, they're wanting me to continue to buy HOKAs. The reality is, I love HOKAs. I think this was a known issue with this specific shoe and that specific like edition, and I think they've already moved on to the next. So I say all of that to say, I had sent the shoes in, and I'm like, well, crap, now I'm without shoes for a while until they get this in, and then we figure out what they're gonna do. So, I mean, like, you know, tennis shoes, running shoes, whatever. So I discovered these ones on Amazon. Now, they're still kind of expensive. I think they were like around $45 when I bought them. However, I got the white pair, and I wore them all through our Disney trip. On our 10-year anniversary trip, I wore them to the Grand Canyon. Like, these are slip-on shoes, first of all. You can stand and just stick your puppies right on in there. It's amazing. They look exactly like the white HOKAs you've seen everyone wearing. They are so comfortable. I mean, it is amazing. It's such an amazing discovery. So I will link them below because I'm just so thankful I tried them. Now, I wouldn't run in these, and that's a personal thing because I want to tie them tighter, but otherwise, like, they probably would actually be a decent, but for walking and touring around, summer travel, done. It looked cute with dresses. It looked cute with just jean shorts, whatever, a skirt. I'm telling you. So I am thrilled about that. I was so excited to share that. I meant to share that earlier on in the video. Anyway, I don't have this with me again. I'm sorry. I tried to gather as much as I could. The crossbody I have been wearing, like the purse I've been wearing the most this summer is this one from Quince. It's like a woven crossbody. I like it because it fits just enough. It's like a fresh take on the crossbody. Like, instead of it being an athletic looking one, it looks more dressy and cute. And for that reason, I feel like it's been perfect. It's been great. I've traveled with it a lot too, and I feel like it's just the right size. It matches everything, and it's really, really well made. So if you're in need of, like, you're looking for a fresh purse, a small one that you can travel with or just wear every single day, I really think you'd like that one. I would say you could fit a small wallet, your phone, your sunglasses, lip balm. Probably that's about it. Like, it's got a decent amount of room, but not like, it's not ginormous, you know. Okay, I have two favorite sunglasses, both very different from each other and both from Amazon. These ones I'll pop on the screen. I don't have. I had to order a fresh pair because I took them on this last trip and they broke naturally. There is something about the shape of these sunglasses that I feel like are so flattering on so many people. They're the kind you can push up into your hair and it doesn't get caught on anything. They're cute, and I feel like they're not wildly trendy, but they're not like super, I don't even know, what's the opposite of trend? They're just perfect. They're a perfect everyday classic. That's what it is. It's very classic looking sunglass. Love those. And then some more trendy ones that I wore on this last trip with Tyler. These are a little bit more like skinny, kind of like you've seen, similar to ones like Taylor Swift has been wearing recently and things like that. But I really like these ones. I've tried quite a few. Like, you know, you go in a store and you try them on and I'm like, these all look dumb on me. I really like the way these look on me, and I feel like they're still useful. Like, they're skinny, but they're not so skinny that you're not getting any sun protection on your, you know. But yeah, this is the kind of thing, like if I'm going out like a really sunny day, these are not gonna be the sunglasses I'm choosing, but definitely really cute, really on trend right now, and I actually really like the way these look on. So oftentimes, if I'm going to a pool or a beach, I'll pack some kind of sun hat, and my gripe with sun hats every time was, it's hot, so I want my long hair up and off of my neck. But if I'm wearing a sun hat, where I have to take the hair down, like it's in the way. And so when I discovered people wearing these, I was like, oh my gosh. So it's super inexpensive. It literally Velcros, so you can kind of size it how you need when you put it on. I love the little bow detail in the back, and then you can have your bun coming up through it. I had mentioned this recently when I talked about this specific product in a video. I was like, I worried that it was like a granny hat, but then when I was on the beach, I'm looking around and I'm like, everyone, many of which are younger than me, were wearing this hat and were like, it was really cute. So I'm like, okay, so it's okay. It's not granny anymore. Anyway, sun protection is key, okay? Love this. However, oftentimes I feel like if I'm at the pool with my kids, I'm probably not grabbing this. I'm probably just putting on a baseball cap, you know? That's just me. Oh, a little water bottle shout out. Okay, I don't have it with me. Long story short, I was supposed to film this video like a few days ago, and I had some of these other items with me and now I don't. But I got a new Owala water bottle. And the reason was I wanted a little more capacity. Like, I didn't want to have to refill it as much, but I wanted it to still, of course, fit in the cup holder in my car, etc. So they slightly redesigned. I don't know if they did it to all the bottles or if this is just like a new line. And I love it. And I loved it so much that Tyler was like, I want one of that new design. And he wanted it even bigger for his birthday. So that's one of the things I got him. But let me see if he has it so I can just show you. Hold on. So this is his. Now he got like the Big Daddy. How many? This is 40 ounces. And it's still got the handle and everything. It still closes and it's got that sipping spout where you can just sip it or you can tip it. You can also lock it, so if you're like throwing it in a bag, it won't leak. It won't leak either way, but just it'll lock it so that there's no chance anything pushes up against this and opens it up, you know? Yeah, it's more capacity. It still tapers down so it fits in our car cup holders. We've tested this one too. So I love my original Owala, but I just needed more room and this has been amazing. So highly recommend if you need more capacity. I know, it's so funny. We went from like the Stanley Cups to Owala, which was smaller, and now we're like slowly creeping up to the size of a Stanley Cup again. Anyway, but Tyler really, really loves his too. That's everything I had to recommend to you of my current favorites, specifically for the summertime. I hope this was enjoyable and fun. Let me know what videos you'd like to see next. I've always got plans for videos on deck, but I love reading your guys' recommendations and things you're just kind of curious about. I'd be glad to consider that for a future video. So like I said earlier, if you're interested in my ranking of all of the facial SPFs I've tried in the past few years, stay tuned for that video. If it's already up, I will link it below and up in that little eye up there to check out next, because I'm very excited about that and you might be surprised by the rankings of some of these SPFs, and I'll give my like tippity top recommendation on there too. I hope you're subscribed. Stick around for more videos. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends.